The life force of your bond. A power like life itself. Unseen for generations. A dyad in the force.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 117 of Dyad in the Force. We are here with a couple of guests. You may know them, or you may not, but you will shortly.
If you don't know, well, now you know.
Oh, you didn't know? Go ahead, Choco. Finish that.
For the rest of y'all's sake, no.
Why don't you introduce our guests for us, Choco?
Yeah, well, I'll let them introduce themselves, but let's go to Marie first, and you can let everyone know who you are, where we can find your amazing content, and after we'll have everyone introduce themselves before we get into our little icebreaker game. So go ahead, Marie.
Great. I'm Marie Bernadette. I am a Star Wars cosplayer. I'm on TikTok as So Much Life Cosplay and Instagram as So Much Life.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Excited to talk. And we have we'll be having some High Republic giveaway, so this is also the perfect
We have a fifth. We have a third guest.
Ooh.
What's their name? What's the kitty's name?
Is it a cat? Yeah.
That's maybe.
I was looking for my cat. I was like, where is Thane here? Sorry.
What's her name again? I'm sorry.
Her name is Maybe.
Maybe. Arrested Development fan?
Yes.
Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, and how about you, Olivia?
Hello, I'm Olivia. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Olivia Lupe Marie. I talk about Star Wars and I talk about fantasy and sci-fi books. And my cat is not here, but maybe she'll make an appearance later.
And your cat's name?
Her name is Alice, after Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
Right on. Well, welcome to Dyad in the Force. Let's start this off with our little icebreaker game. Unless Choco had something you wanted to say first.
No, let's jump into it.
So we're gonna play Who Am I? Basically, you're gonna have a character in mind. You're going to give three statements about who they are, very ambiguous, and then we're gonna have to guess. So who wants to go first?
I'll go. Why not?
All right. So Marie's going first.
All right. So I am a Jedi of the High Republic. I'm a dual wielder, and I was made to fight in a questionably legal fighting ring.
What was the last one? Sorry, I missed it.
Made to fight
in a questionably legal fighting ring.
Oh no! Wait.
Can we ask for hints? Can I ask if it's phase 1 or phase 2?
Yes. So we'll break it down later. I'm just trying to see if we can.
While we think on this, shout out to Darth Man 86 for being a Dyad Squadron member for 10 months. Welcome back, Ahmed Best. You have been missed. Absolutely.
Yes, he is the best, as his name implies.
Shout out to Saber Smith. Finally made it to a live stream. Thank you for tuning in. Wait.
Yeah.
High Republic.
Personally, I got nothing.
Dual wield.
There aren't many dual wielders in the High Republic.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. That's the thing. If there's not that many, I'm trying. Like it's weird. Like trying to narrow down what is already a narrow list.
Yeah.
Because then you're just.
It's
trying
the last
to
one that gets me. Who is in a fighting ring?
I mean, I'm gonna say Keeve Trennis.
It's a good guess, but no.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Didn't Keeve have a staff?
They can separate.
It can be connected or it can be split.
In a questionably legal fighting ring.
All right, we got some guesses in the chat. Jedi historian is said it first. Is it Gela?
That makes sense.
It is Gela
Yeah.
from Convergence.
Okay. Haven't gotten there yet.
That's what I was gonna say next, but I was like, I'm having brain fog.
No, the fighting ring, the Gela made sense for the fighting. I was trying to figure out if I was trying to confirm the dual wielding, and I just couldn't remember.
I forgot about the whole fighting ring scene, and Axel's such a dick, but I love him.
Man.
Hey man, my hair is there. My hair is there. It's gonna be in my Catalyst promo video. I'm gonna be like, look, I'm on the cover. Forget the facial hair. The picture was taken a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Jedi Starkiller, shout out to that correct answer as well, and shout out to you for being on an episode that you can't miss.
Oh yeah, all the messages, all the episodes I can't miss, but especially the ones that he misses. But yeah, I will go ahead and go, if y'all don't mind.
Go for it. Marianne says, Marie, your High Republic cosplay looks great. It really does.
Let's see. I live a long time. I wield a lightsaber.
Nice.
And I'm pretty hairy.
Oh my god.
What's his name?
That could be so many things.
Is it Tarkov?
It is not Tarkov.
Am I getting the name wrong? From Banshee. What's his name? My mind's in the High Republic now.
My mind's always in the High Republic.
That's great, because it deserves to be there.
I was gonna guess Burry,
We don't know.
but we don't know. He's young, but he has the potential to live a long time.
Elzar could be hairy, I think.
Oh my god. Just imagine Elzar with like a hairy chest. Oh my god.
Just the curls to go.
Just the curls. Very 80s.
Just a rogue wind on Valo.
But no, I wasn't talking about Buriaka.
No Burry.
Kier says, is it Yoda? Because Yoda has wispy hair.
You know, I want to see, like, did he ever have like a full head of hair? You know, I would love to see that. And then, like, if later it was just a comb over and then he stopped caring at some point, I just want to see that.
I mean, Yaddle had hair, so.
That's true. Yeah, I don't have hair.
I think there's some concept, like early concept art from High Republic that had him with like a ponytail.
I would love to see that.
We would love to see that, Jackie.
I want to see Yoda with a man bun. That would be a look.
Also, Grease is a Jedi. Confirmed. I don't know if you can see that.
Love it.
I can't really see him. But, yeah, so any more guesses, or you guys have questions?
What time period is this? No, Grease isn't a Jedi, Marianne. I'm just joking.
Aren't you supposed to ask me if it's in a time period? Not
Is
just
it in the
which
High
one?
Republic?
Yes, they're in the High Republic.
Define Harry.
Upon looking at them, you would say there's a lot of hair.
I mean,
Is it
you could say that
Lily's
about
master? The Arkoff? Master Arkoff?
It is not Master Arcot.
That's what I was looking. That's what I was trying to. Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov.
Okay, I was like, who? Yeah, okay. Lily Toriasi's
Lily
master.
Toriasi.
Yeah.
Would Comac be considered hairy?
By comparison, Comac does not have anywhere near the volume of hair of this individual.
No.
Right. No.
We have some clarifying questions from the chat. Is this person a Wookiee?
This person is not a Wookiee.
Well, that just like throws it off. Say your statements again.
The long-lived individual. They're hairy, and they are a lightsaber wielder.
Jesus Christ. So they're not a Jedi?
Jedi's wield lightsabers.
Right, but I think your wording was purposeful.
Why don't you ask me?
Lightsaber wielder.
Would it be Oppo Rancesis?
Yes, it is Oppo Rancesis.
Nice. Good job.
Nice.
Good job on that one.
That works. Yeah, he was around the High Republic.
And his face is just beard. It's just
Lots of, yeah.
just
Lots of hair.
beard.
Love it.
Right
And that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't want to say what era, because I'm like,
Multiple.
yes.
Okay, Olivia, you can go. I'm still thinking.
I can go. Okay. Okay.
I've narrowed it down, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to speak from the I, like pretending I'm the character. I was alive during the Great Hyperspace Disaster, so we're all thinking of the same era. I would rather spend my time in the archives than on an adventure. And I've decided, rather than to suppress my feelings, I'd rather just have a crush on everyone.
Oh,
You're Ruth Silas.
you're the goodest,
Yeah, I am.
the goodest boy.
I love Reed.
Oh my god.
I appreciate
just got
easy
that-
answers like that.
Yes. I was like, let me make it easy. And also, let me shout out my boy Reese, because he's my favorite.
Yeah,
So
he's
wonderful.
he's great.
Yeah, especially Midnight Horizon. He's just like, I just love everything. I don't know what to do.
I'm in the
Like-
middle of reading that right now, and I laughed out loud when I read that he was like, I'm trying not to have crushes on anyone, so I'm just going to have a crush on everyone. I was like, yeah, dude, you do you. It's
That
great.
was a great line. It's just like I
cute.
think was that in response to seeing gosh, why am I forgetting everyone's name? The
Crash?
Mickeyan. Oh, was it?
No, he was
it
talking.
Crash?
He was
Oh.
talking about. He was talking about his feelings for Crash, or his potential feelings for Crash, and then Vernestra.
Yeah.
So cute. He's talking about why he likes both of them. It's adorable.
Precious.
I know. I love him.
I think if given a choice, you'd have a crush on Zine though, too, right? That's her name.
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still in the middle of that book, so I hope so. I could see why. I get it.
Also, I mean, if you read the High Republic manga and you see how Nan is depicted in that book, that made a lot of sense to me. I was like, oh, word?
No apologies, Reed. No apologies.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna take a page out of Choco's book. I am long-lived. I am a lightsaber wielder,
Oh my god.
but I like to sneak out at night for adventure.
It's
Is
funny
it
when
Sav?
Say that
Sav
again?
Maligan? Sav Maligan?
That's correct.
awesome.
Amazing. So good.
You ever have just like a brain hiccup? Like as soon as you said I like to sneak out at night, I could only think of Kylo Ren in the Lego special, like doing all the the Lost Boys stuff. Yeah.
That's so good. See, I thought of Padme and her handmaidens in the first Padme book, and I was like, well, she's not long-lived, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Man, I appreciate so
that
much.
was too soon. Too soon.
I appreciate so much how much High Republic love is going on right now. And I definitely want to bring you guys back the next time we do a Real Fans Would Know High Republic.
Oh yeah.
But then you'd have to update us on your reading list as you go through it.
Yeah.
Because you just finished The Rising Storm, and we'll talk to you about that in a bit.
Yeah.
And you're on to Midnight Horizon. How far are you in Midnight Horizon? Are you?
I'm about halfway through. I finished The Fallen Star 2 nights ago, and I literally cried all night. It was really... I was warned. Yeah. I didn't believe how sad it was going to be, and so then when everything happened, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is heartbreaking. This is rough.
It's a rough one.
It's a rough one. Yeah."
I mean, Phase 1 is rough in general.
It is. Yeah. It's a lot of sadness.
I feel like when you go into the High Republic with like this, oh my gosh, it's a new time, new Jedi, and then like you get to chapter 8 of like Light of the Jedi, and you're like, oh no. That means more characters are going to, which also made me think about the latest episode of Mandalorian, because where is Kelleran Peck?
I know.
He's off running an orphanage somewhere.
You mean to tell me he wouldn't show up at the Battle of Exegol?
That was a long time. He was old.
Lando's there, dude. He can show up, especially with his orphans.
First off, I will say, I feel like you could use Lando in saying this character was long-lived.
That's true. He's lived a long life.
Like he was born at the same year as Padme, if I'm not mistaken.
Lando?
Damn, he is old.
Yeah. I mean, he's significantly older than Han as well. Yeah, he's black don't crack. That's all I can say.
Oh, like he looks good.
Well, moving on to our first segment, which is announcements. Marie, what happened to you? What's happening?
I won tickets to Star Wars Celebration. I'm so excited.
Congratulations. Yes, Marie is the winner of the Conspiracy Cantina or Jedi Master DePaul's Celebration Tickets giveaway or contest. And she will be going to Star Wars Celebration London. And so will Olivia as well. So we're all going to meet each other.
Yay.
And I hate to increase the feeling of FOMO for everyone in the chat, but
too bad.
I have been on cloud 9 for I don't know 2 weeks since I got tickets.
I can only imagine after you get notified of it, you have so much to do and plan. Have you planned out your cosplay and stuff for every day?
Yes, and it's very impressive because I only had one Star Wars cosplay before I won the ticket.
Oh dang!
Now I have 3.5.
This girl is on fire. Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm excited. I have two, both of Avar's outfits. I have her mission robes and her temple robes, which I just finished 2 days ago. I'm bringing Gela Natai from Phase 2, and then I have a casual, Bespin look from Leia.
Oh, cool!
Wow,
that's impressive.
Yeah.
You know what?
I've done nothing but work and cosplay.
I've never related so much to Wreath than I do now. In terms of this community and the cosplayers, it's I don't know who I have a crush on, so I'm gonna have a crush on everybody. With all of the Avars, we have an Avar, we have a Bix, we have Who else? This is like the brain fart moment.
Geode.
That Geode.
Oh my god! I hope someone cosplays as Geode. I would laugh.
There's definitely going to be a Dyad.
Oh my god, I love it.
We had
Incredible.
a Lorna D at the last celebration.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
that's so
think
cool.
Lorna's coming back. I think she's bringing the same person is bringing Lorna back.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
So
her outfit is amazing.
It was really good.
Markion.
So good.
We had a Markion
Oh.
for all of you blue lovers, you blue men lovers.
That's me. Oh, I love him.
Marion said, have you watched her TikTok? She's been working hard on her cosplay.
been filming a lot of them, yeah.
I've seen a couple. I know you hate sleeves.
Oh my gosh. They're so annoying. There's so many sleeves.
I can only imagine. I have no idea how to sew or any of that stuff. I was just thinking of getting like a duster jacket and trying to pass that off as an Axel cosplay, but
Do it.
Olivia, are you gonna cosplay anything?
I'm not gonna cosplay, but I am gonna like Disney bound. So I have a Cassian Andor look. I have his Rogue One brown jacket, and then I'm also gonna do a Darth Maul inspired Disney bound with the horns and everything. So that'll be fun.
Okay.
That's
I
cool.
love it.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you can't go too far in making us look bad. I think Choco and I mean, I had plans for Axel, but I haven't had luck with. I mean, I reached out a couple months ago to somebody who could possibly make it, but it fell through.
This
And
is very intricate.
It is.
Very,
I also don't
very
want to
pretty.
wear a duster, just be like, yeah, this is my this is my Axel. But yeah, I mean, eventually I will. It's a goal of mine because it's like, who else am I gonna cosplay? It's the only overtly Asian character in the High Republic that I have that I come close to looking like. You don't have to look like them, but I'm just saying, like,
it helps. It's nice.
yeah,
I get it.
helps. What were you gonna say, Choco?
That.
Also, you're frozen in the call and the stream. Is that because of your stream on TikTok?
It shouldn't be. That's weird. Oh, I know why. Man, okay.
Is it just for me, or is he frozen?
No,
for you guys too?
I know why it is. It would be. And I will fix that in just a moment.
Okie doke. Well, next on our announcements or pre-segments is Olivia. How is the journey in the High Republic treating you?
It's one big heartbreak. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of misery, but also enjoyment. Like, I can't stop. It's like as soon as I finish one sad story, I'm like, well, I need to know what happens next. So I just keep going.
Star Wars fans are gluttons for punishment.
It's
my
like
God,
when you
I
eat
love it.
spicy food and then you gotta
Exactly.
like keep going because if you don't, the spice will catch up.
Exactly. Like, let me just power through the sadness, and then when I'm done, I can sit and have a really good cry because it's been quite heartbreaking. But it's also been so fun. I just finished The Fallen Star a couple nights ago, and I'm in the middle of Midnight Horizon, and I went in. I spoiled myself for The Fallen Star because I read Trail of Shadows first, which, like, if you haven't read the High Republic, don't do that.
That's a rough start.
It was rough. I had no idea what was happening. I had no idea it was coming. Turn the page. Can I spoil it on here? Is that okay? I don't want to spoil, but I mean,
if you could find a way to be
something really
vague.
devastating. Yeah, something really devastating that changes the relationship of the Jedi Order to itself as well as the Republic happens, and I had no idea it was happening.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, great. This is what the Fallen Star is about. And then I immediately started the Fallen Star. And there was more devastation.
It does happen that way. I mean, like when the comic runs halfway through,
Yeah.
change arcs to like post this book. Like Trail of Shadows happens right after Out of the Shadows or Rising Storm. It was Out of the Shadows, right?
Out of the Shadows, yeah.
And then like you have to like read like I think 5 issues or 6 and then go into Falling Star and then and then concurrently. It's weird, but if you're not careful you go into other books really fast.
I have and I have that same fear, and that's why I'm just like I just can't be behind, you know? Just once you catch up though, everything will be beautiful, and you'll just pull it as we're all getting through it, and then we'll all cry together.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, since both of you have read The High Republic and Olivia has come up to Midnight Horizon, tell us about your guys' favorite moments thus far in Phase 1. And Marie, if it's anything in Phase 2 or later, again, vague. And,
no spoilers.
Yes.
Don't worry.
So whenever it hits you.
I mean, Geode always comes to mind. I don't know, like, literally, he steals the show. Like, I don't know, can he be a Glupshido? I don't know if he counts as one, but, like, in my heart of hearts, he's my Glupshido. And anytime he appears on the page, I'm, like, dying of laughter. It's so funny.
He made a cameo in the last Mandalorian episode. when Paz is like,
my God.
and then lands, that's Geode.
Oh, it's so good. I just love that he's a flirt, but he's also a rock. You know, he's like stealing everyone's wives, and he's also a rock. Like, it's great.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
They turn the corner, and there's like a woman sitting on top of Geode, and you're like, "Damn it, Geode, stop it!" And you're like, "Yeah, it's just he's the amazing character." Yeah,
So funny.
What about you, Marie?
Obviously, I'm obsessed with Avar. I've been cosplaying her for a while, and I love everything with her. I think my favorite moment is probably her riding a Rancor in the comics.
Yeah,
that was
definitely iconic.
That's a good moment.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Have you guys ever thought about what it would feel like to succumb to Geode's advances?
Like how would that work?
Where do
like
you?
How does?
Okay, so for me, so for me, the clavicle is something that draws me in to a girl. So when I imagine succumbing to Geode's advances, where does your attention go? Like, how do you check them out? Like, how do you confirm this attraction?
You know,
No
maybe
idea.
it's the bone structure, right? Like to your whole, clavicle thing, like the rock structure of Geode. Maybe he's like really shiny, I don't know. Like, who is this? He's so mysterious too. That's another thing. I get it. It's like mysterious man.
Or when you think of
rock.
tall, dark, and handsome, it's Geode.
It's Geode.
Yeah, I can see that. No, I just think of how Elzar, when Elzar first saw Geode and didn't know what was happening,
He was so confused.
and he's like, "What is this magical? Where am I? It's beautiful." But like, yeah, that's what I see people looking at when I look at Geode.
Just overwhelming sense of awe and wonder.
Yes,
that makes sense. I mean, I'm thinking about it from the perspective of the reader, because doesn't speak. We get our description of their mood or their facial expression from the characters in the book. They're like, oh, Geode's being silent and like judgmental again. So like, how does that happen? Like, what's the riz that's being spit by Geode if they can't speak? Or does Geode like just do this? You know what I mean? Just like
he's that silent, stoic kind of type, draws you in, makes you work for it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Guess so.
He's a good listener. That's pretty attractive.
no,
love that in a man.
Young in the chat said, "Is Geode's advances something that keeps you up at night, Pep?" And I say to that, they're the ones that brought up Geode.
You brought him up in a romantic context, though.
No, I mean, Olivia was talking about how Geode was picking up all the spit in the Riz, and I was like, well, how does that?
True.
I was just stating a canon fact. You know,
is canon.
man's got Riz.
Yes, it is.
Man's got Riz.
So who is the Olivia? Did you say who your favorite character was? Besides, or is it just Geode?
No. I mean, Jude, of course, no. But I go between Reith and Belle. I think Belle is my favorite character. I love a tragic story, and his is quite tragic. But also his whole arc, from the very beginning of Light of the Jedi to what he does in the end of the Fallen Star. It was just a really beautiful full circle. And I hope his story continues in Phase 3.
That was a good choice.
Yeah. Phase 2 is making me concerned about Phase 3 because I'm gonna accept what I get when we get there. But if we're doing time jumps, it means that the conclusion to some of these things that I want, we will get only as like backstory in another story, and that's just gonna hurt me a little bit, but
that makes sense.
But then of course we're gonna get other characters that we love just as much, so it's tough.
I don't know, depending on the success of Phase 2, which is highly successful, they may get a similar treatment as Phase 2, which is like Phase 3 would have like a Bell Zettifar comic. We might have like comic runs for like individuals that we might not get specifically like exposition for in the main books of Phase 3. But I would love.
We're also getting that short story anthology with a bunch of stories from all the phases.
That's true.
Yes.
Can't wait for that.
Favorite book?
I really liked Into the Dark, but I'm a big Claudia Gray fan. I think she's my favorite Star Wars author. I love the way she writes Star Wars. So the way it was written, I loved. And then also I loved all of the characters. I loved Comac. I loved Orla. Geode, obviously. Like, I just, and the whole introduction to the Drengir, I thought was really interesting. The fact that the Nihil were kind of like this backstory villain, and we had a new villain on the forefront, and the way it connects to the comics. So yeah, I really liked Into the Shadows, Into the Dark, out of the shadows, into the dark.
Oh man, when Comac does his David Blaine moment, and starts freaking people out, there's a lot to love and appreciate about that book. I love it.
You get your first picture of Comac, then you have to. Then it's Chris Angel. Marie, your favorite book so far?
I'd say Convergence from Phase 2. Hands down, my favorite High Republic book so far. I love Gela as a Jedi. I love the story. I love Zoraida's writing. I think she did a really good job of like taking us through the perspectives of all of the characters. She made me love Axel, who was a character that I probably wouldn't love otherwise. But
this is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to thank her for that, because before I had even read Convergence, I was planning to cosplay as Axel. But like when I read it, I was like, man, are people gonna hate this guy?
Oh, he's the person that you should hate him, but you don't, and you can't.
Well, you love to hate him. Yeah, I mean, I'd say it comes close to my favorites. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I think my current favorite is Fallen Star, because I just love pain. I'm not a sadist or anything, but I don't enjoy it myself, inflicted upon me. But the stories that have pain and sorrow in it just resonate with me. And on on the complete other side of the spectrum, when I read Convergence, I absolutely adore Fontu and Siri. And this is kind of like enemies to lovers too, right? But it's like so much more innocent. But that's all I'll say. I can't. I have to be ambiguous about it. Which could be important for you, Olivia, because tonight's Real Fans Would Know Andor is for this book and this book.
Look at them. They're so beautiful together.
Oh, geez.
I do love the coloring.
I was doing that.
I do love the coloring of Phase 2. I love the blue.
I love the art. Yeah,
it's so nice. Path of Deceit is a beautiful cover.
It's also a beautiful book.
From awesome.
Yeah, for me, Rising Storm has to be my favorite. There was just, I don't know what it was about that book. It just drew me in and never let me go. And once we get to the fair and there's all this, I can't even describe it, because like the way it was written, I could feel what it would be like to have all this destruction, disaster around you, and they're just trying to plug up the holes and keep people alive. I love Bell and his story and how much it hurt at times, you know, where a chapter ends with him getting shot in the stomach with a harpoon, and you're like, what? How do you guys feel? It was a hit in the gut for all of us, including Bell. And and I love Ember. Like, don't ever, like, they better not harm Ember. I'm just thinking that the entire time.
Every time somebody tweets to the authors like, please don't kill them, and the author's probably like, oh, he wasn't on the list, but now they are.
Yeah. So that one's definitely my favorite. And then how it ends, since you read Trail of Shadows, so you kind of got it backwards, but if you could imagine reading the book first and all this lead up and all of this build up, and then you close the book and you're just like, will someone hug me, please?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Also, Midnight Horizon was just beautifully written, in my opinion. And what's weird is I actually didn't love the book at the start. I actually had to restart it, I think twice.
I was the same way.
And then the way it like develops, I was just completely sucked into how the story develops. And as Olivia will find out, the unfolding of the story of Cantum Psy as he's regaling it to you is awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm only like 2 chapters of that story arc in, and I'm already very intrigued.
Yeah, can't wait till you get to the end.
Yeah.
They're also a favorite. I don't know why. It's really difficult for me to name Fallen Stars my favorite book, because my all-time favorite in the High Republic is Orla Jareni. And without saying anything, on my second read through of the book, I dropped the book and caught it ripping the page it happens. And I was like, fate, are you there?
That's called an omen.
This scares me.
And then I also talk about there's one moment in Fallen Star that I love so much when one of our characters, and this is, you guys will know what I'm talking about, I'm still being ambiguous, but one of our characters is kind of going downward in a ship, and the thing is walking towards him, and you feel dread creeping closer and closer and closer, and by the end of it, you're gripping your book, and yeah, there was certain parts of that where you just really edge of your seat.
Yeah.
I have something to show everyone, but I have to set it up. So Choco, talk about something.
I mean, there is, yeah, like we said, there is a lot of stuff to love about the High Republic. And if you guys have interest in, Jedi Survivor, which is coming out, I'm curious what you guys think of that story trailer that dropped last week. We see what looks like a High Republic Jedi in there. What does it all mean? What do you guys think of it?
I'm so excited. I actually haven't finished playing Fallen Order yet, so I know it. But I'm getting the Jedi Survivor for my birthday, so I'm finish soon. I would finish, but I'm cosplaying. Anyway, I'm very excited, and I cannot wait for the game to come out.
Awesome. How about you, Olivia?
I'm very excited. The first thing I noticed was that I couldn't tell if his skin tone was because he's been in that tank for a couple centuries, or maybe he might be related to or of the same species of some of our favorite High Republic characters, particularly Miss Orla, who, I was like wondering, I was like, who are you? Who are you related to? So, or where do you come from? I'm very excited. I did not catch that there was a High Republic symbol on his robes until the amazing people of TikTok were like zooming in on it, and it was like hella blurry, but I was like, yes, it is a High Republic robe. So I'm excited to see them bring that whole era into mainstream, and then hopefully that means we'll get more High Republic stories.
Yeah. Did they show their hair again? No, they didn't, right? In the new trailer? That person still has like silvery white hair, right?
Yes.
To my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they the son of Barrish Sylvain? I like that everyone's like,
Would be interesting. I'm very, very intrigued by Barrish's story, so I'm waiting to the last.
Do we know the character's name?
No, we do not. Not at this point in time. But it's also interesting that the other character that we see, it feels like we're going to be getting a lot of history, of Star Wars history in this game, because we'll be having one character that's coming from the High Republic and another antagonist that predates the Jedi Order itself. And as well as we see, Cal exploring more temples and stuff like that. And I can't wait to see how all this stuff ties together. Was, that guy around during the Zepho? I don't. I need more.
Yeah.
His last name is Targaryen. So this was sent in by Young. It's fan art.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, Yoda.
I mean,
look at that hair. Look at those abs. Oh my god. Amazing.
Could you imagine?
Too funny.
Choco's imagining. Imagine that's how he showed up. Never mind, I can't say it. But this is this is fan art for the Yoda comic. I'm just imagining how he showed up in that first issue. With that,
Tommy P. Yoda was clearly inspired by Iroh's prison workout routine.
The fact that he's also ripped, yes. I mean, that's how they look underneath it all. You know what I mean? They're just hiding some really, really peak physical condition bodies.
Anything's possible. Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't need it to turn into like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where everyone is obscenely huge and you're like, how do these people like just live? You know, you only eat protein shakes or whatever. Like, yeah, but no, I'm curious.
1% body fat, this is. Okay.
On that Jedi CrossFit.
So let's move on to, unless anybody has any other final thoughts on the High Republic.
Maybe they get in shape because they're doing Caloran Beck's Jedi Temple challenge. Yeah.
It's possible.
Which, by the way, I'm in agreement with Young. They need to bring that back, but for adults. And my caveat is also there's beer.
Yeah.
I would compete in that for sure.
Where's the Jedi Ninja in here? Because like he runs like a parkour gym. I'm saying he can make that happen. You know, I'm just saying.
This also means that Yaddle has some good muscle tone as well. True. I don't need to simp for her more than I need to right now, Young. Relax, okay? Let's move on to our next segment, which is the Bad Batch. Tipping point. What did you guys think of this last episode of the Bad Batch?
I think it's intriguing to kind of see where things are going in the future.
Yeah. I'm excited that we're getting more Crosshair. I missed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. I feel like I'm alone sometimes when it comes to, you know, hoping for Crosshair's return. You know,
I love seeing him. I just don't want him to be redeemed. So that's
why not?
Yeah, why not? I'm curious.
Well, no, it's
You're on the spot, man.
just from a storytelling perspective, I think it'd be interesting to go in a different direction. And but if he is to have him atone, right? Not redeem and die. If he does come back, make him live and have to live with that stuff. And if he, you know, I think there's more interesting storytelling mechanics in that. That's all. Are we in agreement that the Doctor is is another female clone? I mean,
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
It just
I don't know why clones inherit the accent, but she did.
From the first moment we saw her to the latest episode when she's saying crosshair, I'm just like, Omega? Is that you? We need to find out who the voice actress is for Emery because, yeah, I feel like because it's like Bobo is Alpha, right? There's a couple of steps in between to get to Omega.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. Do we have phones that fill in the the rest of the alphabet?
Yeah, well, my running theory is that Omega is what
Echo
they were
was
trying.
already taken.
Omega was kind of like the clone that they were trying to get to. That's why they want her so bad. You know, she's fast at learning, she's adept and capable. And I think Emery is like the step in between where she's like intellectually capable, but like not enough to complete Nalase's whatever Nalase is withholding from the Empire. So that's why they're trying so hard to get Omega back, because Emery's not enough. And because Emery's not enough, she wants to help Crosshair.
Yeah, and she calls him Crosshair, not a number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, she looks more like a clone than Omega does. So,
what else happened in this episode?
As soon as we saw that sweet, stylish haircut, we were like, "Is that Hauser?" So yeah, we got the return of Hauser, and he's doing all right. And we got hijacking, that ship and trying to find out the source of where those clones are being taken. We got the beautiful reuniting of Echo and Omega.
Sorry. I'm laughing at the copy pasta. The voice actress for Emery is sponsored biography awards trivia IMDb pro Keisha Castle Hughes. Keisha Castle Hughes. Oh, she was the Queen of Naboo?
Just
She was Queen Jamila?
During Padme's funeral? Oh, was it on
who was speaking for Tales of the Jedi?
in Tales of the Jedi.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
It's your Friday. It's Saturday.
It's Young's
must
Friday
be-
for work.
She must be on that Saturday light savings time.
That Saturday Night Fever. But yeah, I mean, any thoughts of the Bad Batch and they're in their new home, not wanting to leave. We have that little conversation between Echo and Hunter where he was putting some stank on his words. I don't know. Who's in the right? He thinks the Bad Batch should be fighting more. They don't want to fight more. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's tough.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is tough.
Where they have the place they're at right now, is it Pabu? What it's called? It's only a great place. I understand the desire to kind of be away from all of the fighting and stuff, but yeah, where does their responsibility lie? I think that's a hard call to make for a lot of people at this time.
Yeah.
And it also feels like they sacrifice so much to try and let Omega have a childhood, and this is the only place where that's possible.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, it's tragic to think about how this place could be the only place that Omega can have a childhood, but also that it's just not going to happen because the Empire's on their tail. But I also wanted to know from you guys if Echo had some stank when he said, when he was talking to Hunter. When Hunter was like, what did Hunter say before Echo said, well, we're fighting, it's not about fighting the Empire, it's about doing the right thing or something.
Yeah, do the right thing for our brothers or something.
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
Fighting for our brothers! Hunter's like, well, easy life. Hunter said, wrong. What do you guys think? Do you think Echo is trying really hard to get Hunter to, pick up the stick and move the ball forward?
I mean, I certainly get it. I mean, the Bad Batch is literally designed to be great fighters in all of their different skills, and so I'm sure Echo's like, you guys could be doing so much good in the galaxy, but with Omega, right? They wanna give her the stuff that they didn't have when they were growing up. So
Yeah.
I think it's hard knowing that we are watching Star Wars and not Star Peace. Our
Yeah.
characters don't get
Star life.
Star life.
as much as Hunter wants this moment of peace, they don't get that.
Yeah, it's
They're in their own
complicating.
franchise.
Yeah. The dynamic between them reminds me of the dynamic between Joel and Ellie for The Last of Us, where Joel is making the decision for Ellie to have a life that he thinks is appropriate for a child, and that's what Hunter's doing with Omega. But in this world of Star Wars, it's like Omega is a kid, but she's not a kid. She can't exist as a child in this world. And I think we know that Omega wants to go out and make a difference and wants to help.
Yeah.
But Hunter isn't allowing her that choice. He's trying to make it for her. But I think in the end, as much as Hunter is trying to do the right thing, I think that taking away that choice for Omega and saying, no, you need to stay here in this safety, she's a clone and she's Omega, this girl is capable, she's intelligent, she's caring, she's kind, she wants to go out and do the right thing. And I'm excited and hopeful that we get to see some kind of tension between Hunter and Omega in terms of her wanting to make this decision for herself and going out there, especially now that Crosshair has sent Plan 88 like a distress signal of ascent. And I hope, because she's going to be like, no, we have to go out. We have to go save him because, deep down, even though Crosshair's messed up many times, Omega still wants to go take care of her brother. And I think that they all do in a sense.
Yeah. That's actually the perfect analogy to use, because there is that separation of ideology with Omega and Hunter. And I'm wondering when what's going to be the catalyst?
Yeah.
Do you think that like Hunter is ultimately going to choose not to answer Crosshair's message, and Omega is gonna slap him? I don't know.
Omega would be pissed.
She would challenge him for sure. And an Echo would back her on it, I really think so. I think Hunter right now is actually the odd one out. I think everyone else is starting to have this kind of movement and where they're starting to fall in line of what they feel is right and what they feel they should do. And Hunter is the only one that's like keeping them back for good reason. Like, I understand why, but I think now that he was once the leader, and I think his position in the Bad Batch is going to change from maybe not being the one who gets to make all the decisions.
Yeah. Which I'm actually really
so.
happy to see. I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah.
That's interesting to think about. A democratically run. The Democratic Batch.
The Democratic Batch.
It is now 6 p.m., which means the phone lines are open. So if you want to participate in the conversation, if you want to join us while discussing Bad Batch and The Mandalorian, as well as compete for Book 1 and 2 of the High Republic's Phase 2, now's your chance to call in. Kenny, if you're on break, as usual. Young as well, who wanted to compete for the books. And Marianne, who is home. Who said they wouldn't be around, but they said never mind, they're going to be home. So we're welcoming your guys' voices during this discussion.
I gotta say, I do hope that we get a future where we get adventures of just Tech, Fee, and Omega flying around the galaxy checking out stuff.
Yeah. So fun. Oh my god.
And then eventually Omega joins and is one of the secret and is a Fulcrum agent that is commanding the rebellion with strategy, because she's a genius like that.
Someone on Twitter said Hunter's position on this whole situation is fully understandable. His inclination, indecision. Just trying to find the word for it. Comes from a place of hopelessness and despair, but sooner or later he will have to realize that he can't just hide and ignore the Empire. What is it going to take for him to break? I think it's going to take Echo dying.
You know, at least you didn't say Tech, because everyone I talk to is like, they're setting up Tech to die, and I don't want to accept it, because I love him. I love Tech.
I love Tech.
I need him and Fee to live happily ever after and go treasure hunting.
This is so funny. Young in the chat is like, leave Echo alone, and then everyone here is like, Echo can die. Tech can. Just stay away from Tech. No, I mean, I think Echo makes, and I apologize, Young. Echo makes the most sense, though. He's had a rough go at it his whole life, essentially. Captured and tortured for most of it, and he's not around with Rex, Gregor, and Wolf.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Unless he returns to the Bad Batch, but the way things are going, it's either Echo or Crosshair. And then this is where my bias comes in, because like I don't want Crosshair to die. I want him to atone.
And for the same storyteller reasons, I think Hunter should be the one to die, because he has been the dad, and for the continued conflict, it would, if he was removed and they had to figure out how to get around on their own without that leadership, and that would, is Omega going to step up? Who's going to take that role? I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah, it does make sense narratively for like the mentor character to leave the picture, as much as I don't want that to happen.
Yeah. What else happens in the episode? I'm trying to...
Tech and Fee are going to have a farm upstate where all the clones can run around and play.
Home on the range, where the Reek and the Nexu play. All right, well, again, Young, Kenny, or even Tommy P, anybody else who wants to call in and join the conversation, you're welcome to do so. Link is in the chat. But we will move on to The Mandalorian. And we'll get your guys' comments as soon as you join the call. But the Foundling. The one who saved Grogu. How did you guys feel about this episode in general?
I thought it was interesting. I thought we got some great backstory. We certainly were, it was interesting to see another Order 66 perspective.
But this was the best one. This was better than,
this was worth it.
Yeah.
This was hopeful.
Definitely opens up a lot of things. What about you, Olivia?
Yeah, I thought it was, I had a feeling we were going to get an Order 66 flashback as soon as Grogu started to go back into that room. I was like, oh no, they're just going to talk about trauma. It's going to be sadness again. But this one was not quite as sad, which I liked. And I'm very interested to see how Naboo, I think, plays into it. Because that looked like, that was the Naboo Royal Guard. And yeah, so it's just like, and also I liked how I also liked how it was a nod to him playing Jar Jar. I thought that was kind of nice how it's tying in a little bit. So yeah, I'm very curious to see the rest of Grogu's story.
Also, something that I wanted to talk about that no one seems to have talked about, at least in the podcast I've been watching throughout the week, is the fact that this could be happening all across the temple. Because the sacking is such a surprise, no one saw it coming, that all throughout the temple and all throughout the creche, younglings are being evacuated in a disorganized manner. They're being taken by Jedi Masters who are just kind of like, just like this scene right here, get him to Kelleran or get him to someone else. It's like at the other end of the creche, there's another youngling like Gunji who's being evacuated on speeder by another master. So it doesn't shut the door to Quinlan Voss.
All doors lead to Quinlan Voss. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
Exactly. There could be that, or we're meeting up with a couple of friends of mine. Kelleran is the first in the chain to get to Quinlan, to get to the path. Yeah. There's that. But I imagine all throughout the temple, everyone is just haphazardly just panicking and trying to get the kids to safety. The most important thing, and there could be a number of Jedi Masters that we don't know about or know about. That also, because Kunji survived, I imagine Katuni and all the gathering younglings had found some way to escape. And I saw this Twitter post that was like, that was comparing Riva with Grogu, and I was like, we're in a training helmet. It must have been in the middle of a lesson, like. And those lessons take place like right off of the main hall, right? Like we see in Attack of the Clones, it's like there's the main foyer and the hall and the stairs, and then lesson rooms. And so that's the first place that Anakin hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jedi Temple is huge, and it would take a mass amount of time for, Anakin and Final First to cover all those grounds. I know which Twitter post you're talking about, because they were like, oh, they're all concerned about Grogu, but no one cared about Riva. And you're like, for one thing, Grogu's a 50-year-old baby. You know what I mean? Like, I can imagine some of those Jedi who evacuated Grogu were in the crush with him as well. And so there also might be extra emotional ties because he's not going to be able to take care of himself in any case where some of the younglings might be able to. But you're absolutely right. I can definitely see a lot more being able to escape, especially because of the way this is. I need a side story of the younglings from the gathering getting together, finding a place to hide, finding a comlink, and being like, I know he kidnapped us before. He kidnapped Jedi before, but we're gonna try and call Hondo and see if he can help us, and he does. I definitely want to see that. Also, while I do think the Naboo starfighter and stuff like that would be a nod to Jar Jar being from Naboo, I almost prefer to think of it as Padme, because Padme, they made her just be pregnant.
She's watching.
She's just pregnant up there, brushing her curly hair for some reason, doing nothing. Where she's such an active person. If there's people in trouble, if there's danger, she's in the thick of it. She has no problems running in head first with a blaster in hand. And so I can imagine her now being like, I'm pregnant. I can't go out there myself, but I'm going to call every contact I have and send everyone who will be willing to go to the temple. Get out as many people as you can. That's how I like to think about it.
I love that.
Jedi survivor. Jedi historian, are you there? Who is muted in the background? I don't know if he is joined a couple of times in the waiting room. I'm wondering if it's working for them. But continue. I was just making sure. I'm not sure if they're...
Oh, and then just a brief update for Pep. I wanted to also stream this on TikTok. Well, there'll be some kinks to work out, but using the little browser source, when you first pull up YouTube, a little window pops up that's like log in, and then like a message here that you have to dismiss, and you can't click on them inside of the window, so I can't do it. It's just unfortunate, but a lot of great stuff with our boy Keller and Beck here. How about the rest of it? Are you guys shipping Bo and Din now? Do you think that? How do you think Bo is feeling about being part of the Creed? Do you think that they should have moved, because they made it sound like this freaking pterodactyl takes kids all the time? I'm curious. All your thoughts on the rest of the episode.
I actually liked seeing Bo join essentially a cult without her really even knowing she was joining a cult. And it kind of makes sense because she's lost everything. Her family's gone. And, just want to call out the fact that they have not mentioned Satine yet. Like, why haven't they done that? But they haven't mentioned her family. She lost her family. And then she also just lost her home. So she's kind of this, like, floating around, doesn't really know where to go, what to do. And she's just kind of taken under their wing, essentially. And I think maybe for the first time in a long time, she finally feels like a sense of belonging. I'm curious to see how that goes for her, though. Will she continue to keep the helmet on? And when she doesn't, because I have a feeling that she will eventually take it off, what kind of tension will that cause for her? and this relationship that she's starting to develop with Din. And no, I don't ship them. I don't see it.
How about you, Marie?
I thought it was really interesting. I think we're finally seeing that like Bo is coming to understand that the Death Watch isn't necessarily like the cult that she thought it was. That like I think she had such a negative opinion of them, certainly because of her past experiences, and that maybe this group isn't the same group that she was, previously associated with. And and I love that. I love her finding like community and a sense of purpose. Her talking about like seeing the mythosaur and then having the armor kind of brush that off. I'm wondering what's going to come of that. If Bo's going to like continue to push back against that, or if she's going to be like, nah, never mind. That was just my imagination. So.
Yeah, I likened it to like if a little kid's like, "Hey, I saw a dinosaur," and you're like, "Oh, that's great. That's great, little guy."
Tommy P says, I did not expect the flying creature to regurgitate Ragnar to feed the babies. I mean, that's how birds feed their young.
Yeah.
Vomit.
I didn't expect them to bring the babies back with them.
Oh, that was so funny. What are they going to do with them?
How did they fit them in there?
No idea.
Magic.
But are we going to see
those ships are pretty large.
Dragon Rider Mandalorians now?
I believe so. That's absolutely what I believe.
Dragon
oh my god, I hope.
Dang.
Yeah. And where's Dexon download in here so I can talk about Bane riding a space dragon from one planet to another. And there he is.
Hey, speak of Dexon and he shall appear.
What did you think of it, of the new foundlings that we see? And also my theory that in Star Wars canon, Bo-Katan will be the founder of the true Mandalorians.
I will say I think it's going to be a joint effort. I think Din and Bo are going to become some like joint leadership. I don't automatically say romance, but it might be. Who knows? I also think that the portraying of like eventually riding and taming these raptor birds is 100% foreshadowing to the mythosaur. Like they're obviously getting back into the world of taming beasts, and they literally just spoke about Mandalore the Great taming a mythosaur. So,
Wow.
I feel like Bo's going to be the beast master, and Din's going to be the lore master.
Like that.
And then Bo's gonna be like Draconis, and then
Dracarys?
Whatever.
No, that's the Star Wars version. No worries, that's the Star Wars version.
Star Wars version.
My main question is, how in the hell did she fit those baby raptors thingies into her ship? I'm just imagining everyone just like this next to each other.
They didn't have to be comfortable.
Yeah. And they're also hungry because they didn't get their food.
Well, they apparently got some meat from somewhere. They had like that slab of meat on a stick.
Was that
is that their mom?
Oh,
is that a piece of mama?
Knowing birds, yes. Wow.
That's dark. That's dark.
Well, I was originally dark when I saw that one youngling Mandalorian helmet or the foundling helmet already in the nest. Like with that first pan through that shot, I was like, oh, dude, yeah. They've already got, like, she's picked off a few of these things already. Oh. I just love that, like, oh, this is like the 5th time this has happened this week. We always run out of fuel. Bo just flies over the ship. We should have thought of that.
So that part made me laugh because like how rough they all landed. They're just like falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
Like, are y'all okay? And then they're like, and then they knew they couldn't catch it. And you're like, there's a ship though. Y'all remember ships, right?
Well, they have, they're just giving off that himbo energy where they're like, no, Chase, go.
Yeah, that's true.
Landing like that, they failed with that himbo energy.
Yeah. I just love that, Paz just looks back, right out of fuel. Din's like, yeah, I mean, that's why we're here. I don't think you needed to say anything. Love it.
Auntie Bo. I see them more as brother and sister. For now, I mean, sorry, I ship them. It's just like the separation between spirituality and tradition. Culture and spirituality. It's like Din has one and then Bo has the other. And in this latest episode, you kind of see very motherly Bo to Grogu, and not like an auntie way. Like she's really feeling that what is that, mama bear vibe? You know?
Yeah, I love that. My dad was the same way. Don't worry, he's just proud.
Historian, I'm trying to get you in there. You keep disconnecting. It might be your internet, or if you're on like a cell phone signal, it keeps cutting out. So you may have to figure that out if you want to get in here. Do we
Let's see? Lothal Youngling says, other question is how Ragnar didn't get digested in the food pouch. Listen, if Boba Fett could hang out inside the Sarlacc, I mean, maybe he was just doing like this on the inside. There's a lot of possibilities. And then there was who is Paz Vizsla's baby mama, and we don't know because the helmet stays on.
Yep.
Could also be adopted.
That's true.
Yep. I know in some birds too, they have that pouch that they regurgitate from is actually like a food pouch. It doesn't go directly to the stomach. So that's another thing too. He could have just been kept in like an alternative pouch of ooze and things.
an alternative
Good.
pouch of
Great.
Delicious.
Something I thought was a good point that I'd heard Choco made that I didn't think about was earlier he talked about Padme helping a lot of people when we saw that ship. My co-host on my podcast brought up, what if it was Jar Jar? Because he was the senator at that time.
Yeah.
He would have had control over that ship at the time and the senatorial guard. I was like, ooh, what if we got Kelleran Beck delivers Grogu to Jar Jar's ship and flies off?
And then meets his cousin Ahmed. Ahmed Beck,
and we just get
also
all of them
played by him.
all of them together. We get like this awesome, anthology story later on where.
And then they stand there and point.
Yeah.
And then they go to Tatooine, where Quinlan Voss is sitting in his Phantom Menace seat. Stood there. How's it going, DePaul?
It is going well. How's it going for you guys?
Good.
Doing great.
Wonderful conversations.
I hear it.
Did you want to congratulate Marie herself?
Hey!
What's up?
What's up? Congratulations.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I did not recognize that. Why did I have to do it together? Damn it. Sorry about that. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're going. I'm glad you won. You don't know how hard it was last year to find a winner and give tickets away. I was like, why is it so hard to give stuff away? It's like, holy crap.
Especially this year with the travel and lodging.
This year, I honestly thought I was not going to be able to give it away because I was like, oh, that travel, if I can't make it, I know a lot of people have a hard time making it. So hopefully somebody wins in London, but make it easier. But
Well, I'll say last year I had tickets to go to Celebration and I couldn't go because I got COVID like 3 days beforehand and had to cancel the whole trip. And so then I really, really wanted to go this year, but then my partner and I were like, we couldn't go together, so I wasn't gonna go by myself. And that's why I decided not to go. But then when I won tickets, I was like, this is the universe paying me back for not going last year.
Is your partner coming?
It works.
Is your partner coming to London?
No, he's not. But I'm just gonna meet up with friends there, so it works out. He's sad, of course.
I'm sorry, dude. I mean,
he's a little bitter, but he's glad that I get to go.
Yeah, the force was not with you. Maybe next year.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not the way.
Yeah.
But also, we have
One
two
does not
cats.
speak if they
We're
do
both
not know.
gone. Suck.
DePaul, do you have any thoughts on The Mandalorian?
Dude, I jumped up my seat. I literally I keep on saying I'm not an emotional guy, but I don't know what happened, but like it just the tear forced its way out. Like, what the hell? Like I was like,
what is this
so happy
salty
for him.
discharge coming from my face?
but no, yeah, the whole. See, here I'm gonna say this. Me, I have a problem with Order 66, but I don't mind seeing it because it's always from a different perspective. So I enjoy that. I like different perspectives. So it doesn't bother me as much as other people saying, "Oh, I'm tired of it." I'm like, I was like, if it's different perspectives, keep bringing it. I love it. But not the killing of young ones, but just the
For legal reasons.
Yes, for legal reasons. But overall, the episode was, I enjoyed it a lot. I know a lot of people are be comparing Bad Batch to Mandalorian episodes on Wednesdays. I'm like, I enjoyed both of them. I mean, it's great. It's two different palettes. I look at it like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I love me some Chinese food and I love me some Mexican food. So one's a little spicier and the other one's a little got hits with another craving. So I'm good. But overall, I love
get
the
yourself some
episode.
Chinese dishes from Sichuan, man. If you want
Hey,
some
man.
spicy.
Let me know.
Get some Sichuan eggplant.
Sichuan
Next time you order some Chinese.
Okay,
I know
I'll try
Choco's
it
had
out.
some.
Choco, he like spicy stuff. That boy, he slurped down a whole hot bowl of ramen. Like I don't know how he did that.
Well, it's because growing up, my dad would be like, "You see this hot pepper? I'll give you $20 to eat it." So yeah, that was my childhood.
Wow. But yeah, I love the episode. I mean, I'm gonna cut it short for me, but yeah, it was great. I love the whole Mandalorian stuff, and I'm not sure if you guys touched more on that or not, but just that the Bo-Katan and the armor, and it's interesting that you said on your thing is Star Wars getting Jewish, and I was like, wait, is the armor like the priest? I'm like, hold up, wait.
Kind of feels like it.
So I'm like, it was on point on that one, I think. But hey, I mean, but overall, I loved it. Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
The story was real good.
When the armor made the little armor piece, I thought she was gonna put it on the back of his head.
Bro,
This is for that 5 head, bro.
Man, I can imagine him growing out the hair to have the ponytail like this. And having the armor piece be like the mage knot.
that's not right.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
This Young sent it to me. It's fan art for the Yoda comic.
Oh, it's fan art. Okay. I was like-
Yeah.
I'm like, who over there thirsting over Yoda?
I mean, the Yoda comic has been awesome so far, but not that epic.
Listen, Yoda's covered up in robes. You don't know what it's like.
Like Master Roshi. You were,
The eating scene I thought was really cool too. I love how Paz Vizsla is like almost regaining respect in my eyes too, with like one sentence lines in an episode. By just being like, no, you have the honor by sitting by. He's so matter of fact, and yet like just by he's like, I'm acknowledging your presence. This is me being nice.
yeah. No. Yeah,
That whole
I
eating
agree.
scene I thought was cool too. Just like I love that too. She's just like, how do we do this? And he's like, oh, we don't. We don't. You don't. You just leave and go somewhere else.
We don't talk about that here.
Yeah, we don't. I don't know what your chin looks like. I don't know what the back of your ear looks like. Nothing.
That'd be so funny if like they didn't have something for that, and they all just stood around the fire staring at each other.
It's the only time you're allowed to.
And then every time someone goes like this, everyone's like,
Yeah.
just looks away.
I was afraid they were about to like bullet blend everything and just like slurp it down. I was like, oh, this is gonna be nasty.
That's what I actually been figuring that for a long time. Like they just like put a little straw.
Yeah, everything's a protein shake. They got whey protein shakes on every trip.
That's not even a jetpack. It's a camelback.
Let's go down the line, starting with Marie. Do you think that the armor believed Bo-Katan about the mythosaur?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think she understands that like exactly what Bo was saying, and so I think she's kind of being dismissive at the moment.
Yeah, Olivia.
Yeah, I also think she didn't believe her and was being very dismissive.
Jackson?
She believes her conviction, but she thinks they're all gone.
Yeah.
The power.
I believe that you believe you saw it.
like a good cult leader. I believe that you believe.
I believe that she doesn't believe her. She thinks that she may be crazy, but at the same time, not crazy, but like, hey, you probably saw a vision. But I'm not dismissing it just in case. So I'm gonna keep it on the low radar, and we'll figure something out later.
Yeah, she did say people see things when they join the way. So I'm wondering, is there like some weird hallucinogenic drink they have? Like, you sip the living waters and go on a 3-day bender.
A Book of Boba Fett style.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Get the lizard up your nose.
Islamir?
No.
Was that ever confirmed to be Islamir or no? The lizard from Book of Boba Fett.
No.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I'll take a few.
I think everyone here is in lockstep with that. I think it's one of those instances where somebody's like, "Oh, bless your heart." Yeah. Oh, you saw Jesus on your toes. Okay, that's wonderful.
Hey, it made your day really good, and I'm so happy that you believe that you saw this thing. And you know what? Hey, put that inside and really just think about it when you're sad next time. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why she says at the end, "This is the way." It's the most dismissive and yet like accepting answer to anything that you don't want to fully talk about. It's it's like it'd be like in Catholicism, you just like, oh, well, this happened to this happened. Like, okay, random scripture, bam, ha, it fits because it does.
I will say nothing is more dismissive than Yoda. When Luke's like, "Is Vader my father?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm tired." Sleep, I must go. Come on, man. So, do you guys think that Bo-Katan is actually enjoying being part of this community? Right? I mean, she was initially very dismissive of it when we first met her. She outright said it was a cult. Or do you think it could be a case of maybe how, some Muslim women wear a hijab? And so some people on the outside might think that that's overkill or unnecessary, and maybe become part of that community and realize they're doing it by their own choice. Do you think she's warming up to it, or is still in disagreement to it, or where are we landing with this?
I definitely think she's warming up to it. The main reason I'll think that too is like because when she thinks back to the way she went to Living Waters as a child and spoke the creed and it meant nothing to her, and she watched Din do it, and this crazy mythosaur thing happens. And now she's with this group for a little bit. She saved a foundling. They don't care who she is from her past. She's the war party leader. She's redeemed. She's allowed. So maybe the acceptance has immediately won her over in like a small step, and now just this love of Mandalorians as a culture, and not just clan, not just house, but like all Mandalorians. That's probably reigniting her love of her people and bringing her off the edge of what was probably a really big depression.
Yeah. I think at the very least she's learning that like they aren't as bad as she thought they were. Whether or not she's like fully like buying into and like believing, all of the stuff that they're talking about, but at least gaining some perspective that they shouldn't be vilified necessarily.
Yeah.
Just thought of the worst analogy ever.
I think that she's not fully accepting it, but she's not like she's enjoying the camaraderie and the sense of belonging of her people, even though they're like far left or far gone or into the cult type aspect. But she likes that hey, there's people here again. I have Mandalorians, so I have a sense of belonging again. So she's going with it, until a certain point. Like, but I feel that once a certain threshold comes, she's like, I ain't doing that. I ain't drinking that Kool-Aid. Like, nah, man. We can't do that one.
What would that be though? What would that line be for her? Because she's already not taking the helmet off.
Well, it's like this. Like if you go into, I get that, but it's like if you, for religion, let's use the Jewish religion. You wear even if you're not a Jewish, you go into a Jewish, I don't know what the church is called,
Synagogue.
Synagogue, for service, you wear a yarmulke out of respect, right?
Yeah.
And you keep it on there. So it's like, okay. So that's what I think she's doing right now. It's like, well, hell, I already bathed in the water, so I might as well keep it on. And I'm outnumbered. So let's chill.
Yeah, I agree with that. There are some things you do out of respect and courtesy when you're in a certain environment, you know. You're not gonna walk into the covert and be like, boom, hey, what's up, guys? Totally shitting on your tradition right now, but just
on your couch.
wanted to ask if I can crash here for a little bit. You know, yeah. Jedi historians thinks that the armorer believed her, but left it up to her to do with that info what she will. Yeah, I mean it's possible. It's possible. Well, anything is possible, really, because we really don't know what the armorer is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But
you know, as someone from the Midwest, let me just say the way I look at Bo looking at this is she went in thinking this is Westboro Baptist, and is now like, oh, this is Church of Latter-day Saints. They got a bad rep, but when you actually talk to them, they're pretty chill people who just want to help.
Yeah. Will we ever see the armorer's face?
That would be bad, I would imagine. Bad things have to happen. She got to be like dead.
Well, they could do
well, it's not that they can't take off their helmet, right? It's not to be seen by another living person, and our camera is not a living person, so we might be able to see it. I don't know.
We saw Bo-Katan. I mean,
or
that was
what if
within
Bo
context.
does convince them, like, hey guys,
I mean, we
can
saw
at least
Din
look at each other
with IG-11 in this first season as well.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
I think if we do, it will be a very, very weird moment. She's gonna take it off.
helmet hair.
Well, does anybody have any guesses as to who the armorer is? I know there's a lot of floating theories out there, but has anybody ever given any thought? And
I love the Mandalorian.
are you talking about Rookcast?
Yeah, I know a lot of people go for the Rookcast connections, but
Well,
I feel like she would have reacted way worse to Bo-Katan.
Yes. That's the caveat I was going in with this one. If anybody has any guesses outside of Rookcast, you know, anything interesting that might give us some excitement to look forward to. Someone that
Corky's
doesn't know.
wife.
Oh, jeez. Well, there's a great theory out there that it's his third sister, but again, she's either hiding from Bo.
Hello,
or doesn't.
third sister.
But like it is one of those like river deltas that don't have a mouth. You know, it's like a third sister. They're both aunts to the nephew Corky, but where's the mother? So
Yeah. I wonder if she even has like a clan house, or if she's literally given it up as like this role of I am the armorer. I don't have a house. I don't have a clan. I'm not supposed to like. I don't even remember any of that. I'm all about Mandalore.
I can honestly picture her doing a role like that and being like, all of our cultures are about this armor and forging ourselves and forging what our identity is going to be. And so my services are for everyone, regardless of house or clan. I can kind of picture that. And that's one thing I do kind of appreciate as well about their culture, because much like Spider-Man, anyone could be under the mask, and it doesn't matter who you are.
Mm-hmm.
it's Paris.
That's cool.
I think it's certainly possible that she could be someone, you know, that we've already met or have some connection, but I think it would be really cool if she is kind of a nobody that like who has taken on this role and like again like helping all of the Mandalorians. People talk a lot about like pulling in like cameos and fan service and things like that within Star Wars, and there's a place for that for sure, and I think it would just be really cool if she didn't actually have that connection to anyone and this is just who she is.
So by nobody you mean Palpatine? Just kidding.
Yeah, by nobody. She's Rey Skywalker's sister.
This is how Palpatine returns.
Little do we know.
We're getting
and he
that.
takes over the Mandalorians.
We're getting that for sure.
Going there. Oh yeah, with the Pershing storyline, that was a slap in the face of everyone. I was like, haha, connections.
Yeah.
Also, to anyone watching, if you saw a Screen Rant article that said that the Mandalorians retconning the Rise of Skywalker, wrong.
Wrong.
No
Definitely
chance.
not. No.
Like, I saw that article and they were like, oh, Beaumont Kin already said it was cloning and Sith secrets. And I'm just like, no?
Yeah.
Like,
That article was
on here?
terrible, though.
I mean, but who knows? They could do something crazy and she could reveal her last name. She's like, oh, I come from Clan Starkiller. Bendak Starkiller deep lore drop. Who knows? It could be that kind of like nobody where her last name just like makes 5 KOTOR fans go, woo!
Also possible.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be opposed to a fresh character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love all the new fresh faces. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite
Big
things about the High
galaxy.
Republic. Looking through like the High Republic Chronicles of Light book. I was like, I showed my wife, I'm like, look at the High Council. There's not a human on it.
Clan Ordo, please no.
No, you don't like what's wrong with Canderous? Come on.
He's
That
cantankerous.
would make sense though. I mean, have you seen the lady?
It's cantankerous Ordo.
She seems immediately like an Ordo.
Jesus.
Hey, whoa. You're talking about the guy who made his base on my favorite planet. Come on. Whoa.
I am purposefully doing that. No, man. I mean, just like...
He made the silver
What if
armor
she's-
look good original.
what if the
okay?
armor-
It's a copier.
What if the armor is a canon Shay?
Ooh.
And Shay.
I mean, that's so Clan
I mean,
Vizsla,
Shay's
but-
Vizsla, though. I mean, I think we would have.
Yeah, Paz would have been like, hey, you got to listen to me. She's my mom.
No, I'm not saying she could be Shay Vizsla. Like, she could be a canonized version of Shay Vizsla as Shay Eldar.
Yeah.
You know, that's another house that we haven't really explored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or she could be from Muriel. I mean, she could be, maybe there'd be a weird connection with her and Django. That'd be kind of cool.
No, Django's not a Mandalorian. Just putting that out there. Shay Ordo.
But Muriel is,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, we'll have to find out. But I think it's time, unless anybody else has any final thoughts on the episode, for real fans would know. Andor. This is for, of course, this and this. Book 1 and 2 of Phase 2. I know that you already have Convergence, Marie,
Yes.
but you can still participate and then win it and then give it to whoever you like.
That's true.
You can do your own giveaway.
Yay!
There you go.
But I do have to set something up before we do it. So Choco, if you will.
This is the night of the pandering. Who's
No,
got the little
it's-
frog from the WB?
That's I mean, that frog is awesome, and he got me through some hard times. So
I will always remember that frog.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
rest in peace to Frog Lady's 17 kids.
Too soon. Okay. Here's a question. It's something we haven't discussed yet, but I'm gonna call BS because Grogu shot all 3 darts at the same time. Are you telling me that other kid could have done that?
Yeah, but he's literally named Ragnar. Like that, he might as well have been called Edgelord McGee. He's of course going to be like, haha, one shot, haha, one shot. He's just. That's the whole thing. That's why I love when Din was like, maybe this lesson is for you because you're a pompous little ass.
Maybe he felt bad having to fight like a toddler. He was like, I'm not gonna do this.
Just I was imagining that like in the real world where you're like, you take your kid to karate and someone takes their little baby and they're like, fight him. Like, what? No, I don't know. I mean, y'all think that was
How else do you learn? How else do you learn?
That was BS. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with it because I'm getting the nice little feels, and it was cute. I'm doing a double backflip, but I'm like, come on, bro.
No, I honestly would have loved if the scene had been drawn out more to where it was like, no, it's literally a one-shot kind of round thing. So then Grogu had to use like other tricks to get the other 2 shots in eventually. They could have made it a bit more like, no, Grogu's actually like really showing off, really. But he did show off. I love it because he gives him that like last little words of encouragement. You almost see Grogu look and they kind of like, just like puff up real quick. And he's like, I do got this.
I half expected that like the third shot that Ragnar was gonna fire, that Grogu was gonna stop it with the force, and just be like hanging out in the air,
throw it back at him, hit him 4 times. Ooh.
No, stop it and then eat it.
Or I was honestly fully expecting just to be like, what if I just choke him? Is that allowed?
Push the kid over.
Yeah, he just throws the kid across the entire thing. He's like, okay, I won, right?
I kind of want him to shoot at Grogu, and then Grogu just goes full Yoshi on him. He's like, oh, and you're like, what? No, but it's cool, and I'm happy to see that he is going to continue to train and continue on those paths. Because as adorable as it is to watch him waddle like you're trying to move a heavy sack of potatoes, I don't know, he's gonna need to quite literally step it up a little bit if he wants to keep up on his own. But it's really cool to see his development.
All right, we'll see if this works, because I forgot to set this up before we went live. So here we go. It's time for Real Fans Would Know. All right. I think that was loud. Did you all hear that? That was pretty loud.
I heard it. Oh, I heard it.
We heard it.
Yeah, I heard it.
I felt it.
All right. So as always, you guys have 3 attempts. You cannot reattempt until someone else gets it wrong. Their statements must be Real Fans Would Know with the correction to that statement. And statements will never be incorrect by omission. Meaning, if 3 people are in the room and we only talk about the 2 people that's in there, the statement will not be, well, that other person is missing.
Pep, do we have someone in the waiting room?
We do.
That's my cue.
Which means I'm going to have to set this up again. 1 second.
Yeah.
Choco can vamp while I do this, right?
Yeah. So just setting up the stage so that we have ample room for y'all to see all the words on the screen. But yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with this game. We are doing Andor, which has some heavy lifting, but for anyone who's watched it before and for our new players here, it's not about what you know. It's all about just randomly guessing what part is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you'll probably do great.
Love it.
And by that, I also mean don't hesitate to jump out and just say whatever random things. You don't have to have something super solid. Sometimes people get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes people like me say too much and ruin the answer because we have to make it specific for no freaking reason. So don't do that either.
Yes, that is another thing you have to worry about. So, there was one time where the answer was, it had something to do with the amount of TIE fighters were chasing the Millennium Falcon. And someone said that there was at least 5, or the way they worded it, they said the incorrect part is the number of TIE fighters, which would have been correct. And then they went on to say there was at least 5 there. But the answer was 4. So they made themselves incorrect by continuing to go. So wording is key.
Don't say more than necessary. Got it.
Yeah, just specific enough.
Yes.
That, guys, I actually have to bow out because I have to take care of my daughter.
I just readjusted the scene.
Love you, Pep.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining, DePaul.
You guys have a great time at celebration. If I don't see you before then, and talk to you guys then.
And say hi to your family for us.
We'll do. We're going to Disneyland next week, I believe.
We're gonna be there next Tuesday. Are you going?
No, I'm going. We're driving down Wednesday. So yeah, we'll be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
You're gonna miss us
Okay.
by a day.
Yeah.
No, DePaul. They're gonna miss you. They're gonna miss you by a day.
Yeah, I can't, man. That hurts. That hurts. All right, guys. Well, I'll hit you guys up later. Congratulations again, Marie.
Thank you.
Olivia, nice to meet you. Young. I know you guys can't see her. Young. Don't. Hey, love you guys. Boom, there you go. All right, guys. Take care.
DePaul, although
Later.
DePaul will never be replaced.
Reigning champion DePaul.
I'll never be able to defeat him. That's why he ran. He always uses his kids as an excuse.
Young, you've won once, right?
No, I haven't won any.
She does very well in all of them, but
No, I don't. Last week was abysmal. I'm only really here for the free books. So I'm going to try really hard. That's when I'm coming for you.
Okay. Well, I think the rules have been stated. Does everybody understand the premise of the show?
My arms.
I mean, if you've seen them, actually, you know what's going on.
Stretches. Hold on.
All right, we'll give you a second.
Okay. Yep. Wait. There we go. Okay. I don't want to mistakenly raise my arm and have to answer.
pull a muscle.
Yeah. Charlie horse. Can you
All
get those
right.
in your arm?
With that said, let's go on to the first statement. When Andor arrives on Narkina 5, he meets Kilo Loy for the first time, who is briefing him on the procedures of work, explaining that it is a 12-hour shift. Andor has been assigned to Table 4. Kino Loy explains that the 7 tallies are the running shift totals of all the other rooms on the floor, and that he plays against all the other rooms. He expresses the importance of productivity, as he is working off the remaining 249 days of his sentence, saying, "Don't ever slow up my line." I'm so sorry to anybody that I didn't realize I put so many details in there.
So many possibilities.
Could be, but as you know, with 4 of you, there's the process of elimination. Jackson?
Alright, first random shot in the dark. A real fan would know that Andor was not assigned to Table 4.
That is correct. He was assigned to Table 5. Wow. So many numbers,
that's
so
what I
many
was gonna say.
details. Interesting.
And that's why I said, don't be afraid to jump out there with a random guess.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chase in the chat. How's it going, Chase? All right. Choco's first statement. Here we go. 1 on the board for Jackson.
Luthen's shop contains items from around the Star Wars galaxy. These include a Gungan energy shield, a Temple Guard mask, Jedi and Sith holocrons, broken stone tablet of the Ones, Mandalorian chest armor, a Kalikori, an Ewok summoning horn, a Wookiee warrior helmet, a Keldor mask, and from Indiana Jones, Sankara stones, and what appears to be Indy's whip, frozen in carbonite.
Young.
Young.
Real fans would know that it's not Sankara, it's Shankara.
Is it? I mean, that's not the answer. That'd be my own misspelling.
I also just watched Temple of Doom, so it's very fresh.
All right. Well, I'll say that is not correct, but I do apologize if I misspelled it. Dexon?
A real fan would know that it was not an Ewok summoning horn.
That is correct. It was a Wookiee horn that was also used for summoning.
Wow, Daxon in early with the 2 points.
I paid attention to Luthen's shop. That was a big part. That was Easter eggs.
Some good Easter eggs in there.
Yeah. I thought by putting Wookiee right next to it might throw you off, but
I saw Ewok and I was like, hold on, that doesn't sound right. I expected something about Starkiller.
So that's Daxon with 2, and everyone else still needs to get in the game. So the next statement is as follows. When Mon Mothma visits Luthen's gallery, Luthen describes it in front of her driver as the Coruscant's unofficial Temple of Patience. Mon Mothma is visiting her for her husband's Day of Days, a Chandrilan custom. Luthen proceeds to show Mon Mothma around, recalling that her husband, quote, has an interest in military weapons, arriving first at an Utapauan monk cudgel dated to the 8th Archaic settlement. Let's get a little funky with this music.
Young?
Another shot in the dark. Real fans would know it's not dated to the 8th Archaic settlement?
That is incorrect. Dexon?
A real fan would know that Luthen doesn't say anything in front of her driver.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Marie, Olivia, y'all have a guess? Feel free to just throw one out there.
Okay.
Marie.
Real fans would know that it's not a monk cudgel.
That is incorrect. Young, second time.
Real fans would know it's not called Day of Days.
That is
It's
incorrect.
something else.
Dexon second.
Yep. All right, something about this is still bugging me. All right. A real fan would know it was not said as Coruscant's unofficial temple of patience.
That is incorrect.
Okay. I thought that was
Olivia's just like playing the waiting game.
I guess I'll take it. The first part is all correct. It's just this last part that's what's. Okay, I'll just take a shot in the dark. A real fan would know it's not an Uapawan monk cudgel.
That is incorrect.
I was like, that's the one part of the statement I'm actually sure about.
Same.
Well, see, I know he said it was called an unofficial Temple of Patience, and it's called the Day of Days. That's all correct.
All right, my last one. Let's do this.
Go ahead.
A real fan would know that Mon Mothma's husband doesn't have an interest in military weapons.
That is correct.
Wait, I thought that was.
Wait, what is it? Yeah, what is it?
Has an interest in military artifacts.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Y'all,
Dang.
Hey.
You said semantics weren't as big this time.
These are pedantic, and if they're in
protest.
quotes,
Okay.
then they have to be exact quotes.
Yep.
Okay.
I protest. I protest.
Daxon up with 3. Wow. All right. Here comes Choco's next statement.
And/or notice the tattoos on Skeen. They were a crate head and by the hand. While Skeen had... Sorry. They were of was, I guess what I meant. They were of crate head and by the hand while Skeen had been inspecting Cassian's gear. Cassian shares that he was in Scipio Youth Center, and that was that he was 14 when he went in. Young was up first.
Real fans would know he didn't go in at 14.
That is correct.
Damn.
knew that out the gate. She was like, "Why don't you fix your grammar?"
Stop reading.
I got it.
Sorry.
How old was he when he went in?
Reading
13.
glasses moments.
He was 13.
And he got out at
Okay.
16.
You pushed your glasses up, they went all white, and she was like, ha ha ha.
That's Daxon
I know this.
3, Young 1.
Like I said, I'm coming for you, Chris. I'm coming
Let's
for you.
go.
All right, here it comes. When Andor was young, he and the other Kenari children stumble upon a starship wreckage. One of the Kenari children investigates the site as she stumbles upon 2 bodies that are seemingly dead. As she approaches the starship, one of the bodies was in fact alive, shooting her in the back. The Kenari children retaliate and shoot down the crew member with 12 blow darts. Jackson was first.
A real fan would know that she was not shot in the back.
That is incorrect. Marie.
Real fans would know it wasn't 2 bodies.
That is correct. Marie's on the
It was
board with
3,
1
right?
point. It was 3 bodies.
Hey.
Right on. See, that wasn't that bad.
Good.
I try to in my statements I try to put as many numbers as possible.
Boy, howdy.
Rude.
All right, Choco's next statement.
Cassian snuck up to Cyril and put a gun to his head. He asks, "How many men do you have?" When Cyril says he doesn't know, Luthen shouts from the back, "Kill him!" or "I'll kill him." This prompts Cyril to truthfully answer, 12 men, and then clarifies it's 10 men and 2 officers. Olivia?
Yeah, Olivia's name's already up.
Real fans would know that it's not 12 men.
That is correct. I was hoping to trick someone to have them say that he didn't say there was 12 men, which he actually did say that, and then
But that it was actually
switched
14.
it to 14. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that is correct.
Right
Not
on.
truthfully answer. You not truthfully answer.
Everyone's on the board. Daxon's still in the lead with 3. Here comes the next statement. While Karis Nemec demonstrates a few philosophical ideas to Andor about his manifesto, he remarks, "The pace of repression outstrips our ability to understand it, and that is the real trick of the Imperial thought machine. It's easier to hide behind 40 atrocities than a single incident. Our fundamental rights are such a simple thing to hold. They will have to shake the galaxy awfully hard to loosen our grip."
Oh, shit.
You're lucky Luthen's speech wasn't in this. I think Young was first.
Real fans would know he doesn't say 40 atrocities. He says something else. Small and now I'm not finishing that sentence. Because I know I'm going to fuck it up.
That's incorrect. Olivia.
Would a real fan would know that it's not repression.
That is incorrect.
I thought he said depression.
Daxon scanning.
Son of a bitch.
Jackson.
A real fan would know that last sentence he's talking about, we will have to shake awfully hard to loosen the Empire's grip, or like he kind of has that like reversed.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Wow. Quotes are hard.
Mm-hmm.
You twiddle your beard.
Marie.
Real fans would know he doesn't call it the Imperial thought machine.
That is incorrect. Choco, do you know? I'm not asking you to guess.
Yes.
You know? Okay. Jackson.
A real fan would know. Oh, yes, a real fan would know he does not say fundamental rights.
That is correct.
Yeah.
He
Nice.
says our elemental rights.
Elemental rights. Wow.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Thank you, Ghost Qui-Gon that's whispering into my ear. Whatever's making me choose this.
Marianne in the chat, what did I miss? Who's winning? Daxon's winning with 4, and everyone else with 1. And also, there's 3 more statements left, so that is everyone's last chance to tie it up with Daxon. So
Daxon is having a Slumdog Millionaire moment.
We are going to ignore Daxon for the next 3 questions.
We're gonna make it spicy.
All right, Choco, here's your next statement.
When Andor requests that Bix reach out to her contact to sell an item, she asks what the item is. Andor states that it is an untraceable N9 star path, vector cores, and Imperial seal still intact.
Olivia?
And
A real fan would know it's an NS9 Star Path unit.
that is incorrect. It only says N9.
Really?
Okay, let me try this one.
Daxon?
A real fan would know that he doesn't mention the vector cores.
That is correct. He mentions vector crystals, not cores. The wording was like, but yeah, that is correct.
Dang.
Wow. Well, let me check something really quickly.
He's trying to sabotage Chris. Give the rest of us a chance.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
No, because Olivia was correct.
Oh.
I knew it. I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to sabotage Daxon. That's what I was looking at as the incorrection. It is an NS9.
And let me verify, where are you looking at him saying this?
Well, this is in the data bank for Andor.
I have the subtitles on when I watch it, so that's how I know.
Because
I both get a point.
give me one moment then.
Ooh, we got a replay. Flag on the play.
You can have the point. It's okay.
No, Olivia, you got that one right.
No, Olivia, you're absolutely right.
Great point.
Does he say it in the scene?
Yes.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to sabotage. I just
Sorry.
that was correct.
I could have sworn when I rewatched the scene, he didn't have the S in there, even though it was in the data bank, and I was hoping that's a place where I could catch someone, but apparently not.
That would be good.
All right. Well, as it stands, Olivia is the only one who could tie it up with Daxon.
You've got this.
Thanks.
Wow, young, damn.
Well, in all honesty, Marie and Young can also sabotage Daxon by taking some questions.
Man.
Well, there would also be if sabotaging Olivia, but we'll
I like how Young, though, is pulling out her inner Hux. I don't care if I win, I just need Daxon to lose.
It's all out of love. It's all out of love.
Okay, well, hopefully this one is pretty hard for the both of you. So here it goes. When Andor arrives in Aldhani to join the infiltration team for the Imperial credit heist, Lieutenant Gorn objects to Vel bringing him onto the team only 2 days out from the mission. Vel rebukes his concerns, citing his own words saying, "You are cutting it close." Gorn says that they are not prepped and do not have the comms, to which Nemec responds, "We have 2 spaz." Who is first on that?
Olivia.
It was Olivia.
A real fan would know that it's not 2 days.
That is correct. Wow.
Nice.
Coming in
Comeback
from,
kid.
Yeah.
You got this.
Comeback. Daxon, are you
Yeah, I know.
shaking?
A bit, yeah. I was like, oh, I finally won one of the prizes because I've lost every other time.
Let me ask you, Daxon, did you have the same guess?
Oh God, no! I was having to like think about it, and yeah, no, I have not recently rewatched Andor, so it was not forefront of my brain at any moment in time.
Okay, well, the last statement, Choco.
In the first episode, Andor's dive into the world of espionage begins when he is wrongfully accosted by two off-duty sentry guards. Feeling slighted by Andor in a brothel, they follow him when he leaves and attempt a shakedown. The ensuing scuffle leads to the death of one guard, leaving Andor with no choice but to execute the other.
What?
Daxon's hand was up first.
All right, first shot in the dark. A real fan would know it was not a brothel.
That is incorrect. That was a brothel. Young?
Real fans would know they didn't feel slighted. They were just being a cab.
They did feel slighted by the lady paying more attention to them and taking care of Andor first. Olivia?
This is also a shot in the dark, but a real fan would know it wasn't his dive into the world of espionage. He was looking for his sister.
I kind of meant that as it was the start to the show.
Okay.
Like the show was his dive into espionage, and this is where it started. Would you like to do another guess?
No, I don't, because I don't know what else it would be.
Okay.
Daxon is next.
All right, Daxon.
Okay. A real fan would know that it wasn't that Andor had no choice. He kind of just did it. He was like, no witnesses.
That is incorrect. In the moment, he felt he had no choice.
Okay.
Young?
Real fans would know they were not off-duty sentry guards. They were on duty.
That is
Again,
correct.
being a
Yeah.
cab.
That's what the yeah.
Ah.
Nice, good job.
Nice.
We find out in the following episodes that they were on duty and drinking in a place they weren't supposed to be, and then decided to shake down someone afterwards because they freaking suck.
Again, a cab.
All right, so that means congratulations, Daxon.
Thank you. Thank you.
You now have both books of Phase 2. I cannot send it to you before the street dates.
I was sitting here like, I was like, how's he even doing
Cataclysm.
that?
But just know it's going to be on its way to you.
Yeah.
I can't control the post office, so I buy at least the street date for Cataclysm.
Right.
It isn't that long.
And if you missed it, don't worry. We're going to send the same thing out next week. So you'll have another opportunity.
Yeah. Next week will be the 2 books again.
Love it.
Appreciate it, Choco. Okay, so now it's time to move on to our final segment of the show, which is everyone's favorite segment.
Well, first we want to ask if everyone is able to stick around. I know that's...
I am
I'm gonna-
not.
Bounce as well.
Yeah, I have a dinner at 7:30 that I have to get ready for.
Oh dear.
No worries. I saw that in Olivia's eyes, so I just want to know.
Sorry.
all
Thanks for
good.
having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining. Ed, would you like to share where we can find you and your awesome content once more?
Oh yeah, I'm on TikTok for as long as that'll last, and Instagram at Olivia Lupe Marie. I talk about Star Wars and fantasy and sci-fi books.
Her stuff is really good, guys. Please follow.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
I need some recommendations for some non-Star Wars sci-fi books, so I'll be talking to you soon.
Oh, please
Make
do.
sure before you follow Olivia that your app is not accessing the Wi-Fi network.
That might not work.
It's dangerous. It'll get you.
Or that you have a face to put on glasses.
Yes.
So dumb.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Olivia. We'll talk to you
Bye.
later.
I'm also gonna bounce because I'm
Marianne.
tired as all get out.
Okay.
So,
Absolutely. Have a good night, Lothal Youngling. I think that is your TikTok as well.
that's my TikTok and a Twitter and potentially a YouTube channel.
Oh,
Ooh.
down for that. I love the slow roll.
We'll see what happens, but my premise is that it's me delving into cosplay for kind of the first time.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be
And it's
cool.
going to be an absolute clusterfuck. Again, no plans.
That's why
no
we wanna
solid
watch it.
plans.
Yes,
It's gonna be
that,
Sabine.
I've been cosplaying for years, and it's still chaos and no plans all the time.
I mean, I would love to have like guests on to help me like guide the process because like semi plug, but I got my first helmet from Alpha Ignition, and it is a Sabine helmet. I have not touched it since September, but it's something that I think because I know a lot of people are. I don't know why I sound like a chain smoker right now. I'm so sorry because a lot of people are like just now getting into cosplay, and I feel like people will be able to relate to it. And there's just so much like out there, information out there. I also kind of want it to be like a semi repository for like look here and there. Marianne, also with the red lip. So that's kind of my premise for it.
I'm so stoked for that. I'm so stoked for that because
happens.
I also just recently got into cosplay pretty much this last few years, and it's been fun. But again, the weird things you find, like, hey, I didn't know my shins sweat, but when you throw on some fake Mandalorian armor that's made out of Kydex, your shins can sweat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new feeling. Wet shins. Don't recommend.
You saying wet shins forced Marianne to take off the.
I kind of know that from like street hockey because when you wear knee pads, it sweats down your shins.
Man, plastic don't breathe for some reason. It's weird.
Anyway,
It's insulated.
I'll see everybody later. Again, congratulations, Marie. I hope you have the best of times.
Thanks.
The FOMO of not being able to go is like actually killing me.
We get
so
Daikon
again, I will
next
be
year.
living vicariously through everybody at Daikon, right? Element.
Hey, when Celebrations comes back to the States, Lothal, me and you will plan like crazy road trip, and we'll finally go to Celebrations.
It'll be fun.
Hell to the fuck yes. There's so many people
Yes.
that I want to meet and just like the absolute chaos gremlins with. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, we'll I mean the 4-day weekend at Galaxy's Edge is coming next year.
Still pitching for Orlando. Just
I hope.
Do we call it Daikon or Daikon radishes?
both.
I get that now, but
An
it's a
illustrator
same
needs
joke.
to either illustrate Daikon in like Mandalorian armor or a Jedi robe. Any artist listening to this needs to draw this, so it'll be the official pin of the inaugural Daikon.
All right.
I told my wife about Daikon,
I'll
and
make the
she's
logo.
just as pumped.
I'll make the logo DY Con with a Daikon radish.
2 Daikon radishes, one a Sith and one a Jedi.
Oh,
Or
sorry.
3.
Daikon
One's also
and the Force.
Mandalorian.
All right. It's settled then.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, young.
You know?
I'm gonna have to jump off as well. I'm so sorry. I'm on the East Coast, and it's a little bit later.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
get that from being in the
No,
Midwest.
it's understandable.
Yeah. 9/16.
But it's been a blast. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for
Thanks so
coming
much for
on.
coming on.
And I will see you all soon.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
See you in London.
Okay, so let me reset everyone. Slots.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife about the whole Daikon idea, and even she was like, "Oh my god, let's road trip! I am so excited for this."
All right, so everybody in the chat who is wanting to join, I'll have the link here in the chat really soon. Here in this chat and here in the call chat. And you can join there. And then I will set us up the base.
Slap at the base, man.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty then.
That ad is always so loud.
Hey, it is what it is. Marine, can we hear you? Can you hear us? Ooh, can't hear
Uh-oh.
Marianne.
Cannot hear you.
1 second. Let me check.
Gotta get that Marianne mic working, because speaking of mics, my co-host also brought up something about music in this most recent episode of Bad Batch, and immediately I thought of Marianne. They were what was it, the reclass Venator shows up and they play like a few notes from the Imperial March and then it dives into something else. Oh, that was so good. So good. Yeah, it made me think of you.
So we still can't hear Marianne, but Marianne can hear us, right?
Yes. No, she's very good at lip reading.
What if I put this on Marianne? No? What if I put...
And then also just to verify that there's no like mute button or setting on your headphones themselves, correct?
Yeah, the Cloud Stingers do have a mute button. But then that would mean... Oh, I heard myself.
Yeah, just for a brief moment.
Her microphone would be red, I believe, though, with the Cloud Stingers. Can you hear us?
Yeah, she can hear us.
So the microphone would be red if it was in a powered mode, if it was in a...
No, the tip of the microphone.
Hello.
There
Oh.
we go.
There we go.
Oh, it
Okay.
came in and out.
What?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
So it's
It might just
picking-
not be... It might be too far from your mouth if you might tuck it
I'll
in
eat
there.
it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
There we go.
I think it was me. Like I think I did something wrong. Okay. All
I
right.
just
So-
Computers
disabled
have
all
some-
your sound stuff. Like the echo cancellation and noise suppression.
Yeah. But
All
thanks
right.
for thinking of me, Duxon. That makes me so happy.
Had that moment, I was like, "Ooh, I bet she noticed that." Oh,
I did. I certainly did. I got excited when I heard it too.
All right, so it looks like this is everybody. So let's get started with Pictionary. This is a fun one to draw. Let's see. There's your hints.
Okay. Hmm.
I mean, if you don't get it, then this one. I'm not drawing anything else.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm...
Oh, water.
all right. I am spelling it correctly. What is happening?
Hyperspace.
You're
I
spelling
mean,
the
yes,
second
you're
word
on the
correctly?
you're on the right.
The great disaster.
Wrong era.
Oh man, I can't draw it any clearer than that.
I know what it is, and I'm spelling it correctly. And is there no
Hyper-
space?
Oh, hey, it was that thing.
What happened, Choco?
What was that thing?
You look like someone wronged you personally.
Oh no, I mean I was spelling. Hold on, let me. I'm just taking take a screenshot because.
He's like, I had hold on maneuver as many ways as you can type it.
Anyways.
That'd be so funny if he was getting it right.
A man.
A man. He looking like a man.
Jesus. Whatever. We'll just.
Oh. I'm close.
Yeah.
I'm close, but
His other name.
Full name. Don't forget honorifics.
honorifics. I did his full name. Oh, hideous. Oh my god. I got the wrong one. My bad.
I just Palpatine'd it up.
Darth Palpatine.
Sheep Sidious.
I said. Okay. Oh wait, no. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Gingerbread man.
There you go.
Tongue sticking out
Good
of them
job. Well done.
all.
Oh, I can't give a hint.
Nice.
Good job, everybody.
My brain is firing on one cylinder today.
All right. I already think that. Did I just get this one? Yeah, I did. Yeah. So maybe this time you guys will remember what I drew from last time. Remember this guy?
Did we get it last time?
Oh, not at all. Only you did, Choco. Only you did.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and a little darker here. Yeah, do some of this.
I
What?
don't remember that at all.
I got some eyes in there. Just give him his flight suit. You said the same thing last time, Element. Don't say it again. It's beautiful, and you'll be like, oh, this guy.
What?
I remember this from
this?
last time. This exact conversation.
What is this?
He's so happy.
What is this?
He's always so happy. All the time, friend.
That is
Yeah.
a Kajayan Sinecto though, but
What? I got nothing. I don't know. What? Niku? What the heck is a Niku?
Resistance. Star Wars
Oh,
Resistance.
I haven't watched Resistance. I started it, but I haven't watched it.
Niku's my favorite part of Resistance.
ooh. I'm gonna start like this. See if we can get it from here.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Square. Okay, rectangle. Wait a second.
Oh.
What?
What? Okay,
What?
never mind. Not AT looking forward at you.
Oh,
Dang it.
I'm sorry.
that
but
was.
Okay.
He was not wide enough.
First, when I saw one of the arms, I thought he was drawing an AT coming at you.
Oh man. Deer in headlights moment.
Usually when I see stick figures, it's someone doing an action. Okay. Nope. Aww. I really thought it was gonna be that.
Oh! Yay!
Okay. Simple enough.
Okay. Took it back a peg from just the youngling's death,
You
and
could
I
have drawn.
realized
You could have drawn the updated version of it.
one of the 22 updated
Okay,
versions.
I am. This is not gonna end well. I'm really sorry.
I love that. I love when I hear it.
It's
I
not
thought
what you
about
think.
it, and people would only say
Dang.
Keller and Beck.
There you go.
Ooh.
Oh, that's bad.
That's with the
Sorry.
Teapot.
Doop.
Oh, what are they called? What is his? What is he called? No, what is his race? No,
There you go.
what's his race?
Oh my god, what did I just draw?
What is his race?
I gave you a
It
hint!
looks like a fat bird. That's
Got
I'm so
him.
sorry. Let's see. I'm gonna give him a hat because the last time I saw him was in a hat.
What is the name
the
of
scope
this?
of the
What is the name?
I'm sorry. Wait, okay.
it's a bird that's flashing us.
Gosh, I was about to be upset if I got that. I was like, I know this. I had to think of every single species name I could think of to get to that stupid.
I think the hat throws it off just a little bit.
I was thinking of him in the back of the cloud.
Brian with the beard said that's Batman.
All I could
All
see was a fat bird flashing with some type of penis hat on.
Oh my god, Geo.
Lamb.
Cardoon.
A bed. Oh. Ramp.
All right.
What are you drawing? Ugh.
Worth a shot.
Let's see. I need the little eye right here. Put that
An
there.
eye? Oh!
And then he's got
Oh.
a bigger head. Oh no! How do I go back? Okay,
Shoot.
there we go.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Shit.
Real fans would know Andor.
Yeah, right?
I know, but I can't remember how to spell it. B. Shit.
Yay!
It is
It's
not.
BMO.
It's not B shit. I can tell you that.
I can't remember. I just know it's B. That's it. That's all I got. I tried. B. Okay. I knew there was a 2 in
Because
there
he's
somewhere.
sad. He's so sad.
B2 emo. BMO.
And they're just his home. I love B2 shit. Oh crap. I don't know if I have time to draw this.
Squidward?
But
Hey, I'm
what
so close,
is
but what is it?
Yes.
Oh no, the hint is
Okay, so it is.
What?
That's why I typed in every single time. What?
I don't. Oh. Jesus Christ! My God.
What?
That is a beautiful drawing, though. Wow.
What am I looking at? What's the other guy? Why does he have mantra? Where did he fight Shakti?
Come
You're
on.
close. You're so
what-
close.
How dare you say that?
Oh,
Wow.
You had the right species,
When
man.
did
My
Vader
God.
fight Shakti?
Woo. Wow.
It's like saying when did Obi-Wan fight freaking
Jesus.
I don't know.
Nihilus. When did Obi-Wan fight Nihilus?
I don't remember Kylo Ren fighting Kyle Katarn.
Oh gosh.
Eyes. Just eyes.
I don't know what it is. What is this? This is creepy.
Oh god.
No, that's not it.
What?
Wow.
Nope. Hmm.
What am I?
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
Too many
Oh!
That's too much hints.
Yeah, it is.
Ah!
I'm sorry.
He gives us like 6 hints.
Yay!
That little mouse turned into just a cross, and I couldn't click, and I kept clicking, and then it was like. Like,
Uh-oh.
well-
Okay,
well,
sorry,
damn
hold
it.
on.
Oh. I need
That's-
to clip that moment. I need to clip when did Vader
Okay,
fight
listen,
Shakti?
I don't... Okay, I'm sorry, this is gonna be really bad.
Hey,
I think...
it's not any worse than Vader versus Shakti.
Don't make me
Oh
laugh!
god, nothing can ever beat that moment. I will remember that forever.
Okay, I... Here, have a few hints.
Whoa!
Oh god, this is so bad. I'm so sorry. Think Ahsoka and who found her.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
But listen, think that
Oh.
species. There you go.
Why is my brain doing this to me? I know this. I literally.
I see it now. It's actually not bad. Now that you say that.
Ha!
I'll eventually. I just can't spell. Yeah,
It looks like a
Keldor.
puppet.
Now that's just a brown grimace at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Alrighty.
Brian said my bro Plo.
T-shirt.
Alright. You've got,
You really typed in t-shirt. This is the Star
You
Wars
never
picture.
know. You never know.
Before me and Choco went through it all, there would have been a t-shirt. Yes.
That would have been fun. I would have felt vindicated.
This guy is just like the ultimate. Jesus.
Oh, what?
I mean,
Jesus, is that you?
technically, is-
Really?
Hey!
Is it that simple?
Death.
There we go.
Okay.
See, you were right. Space Jesus.
Space Jesus.
I was looking for Jesus on toast.
On toast.
It's delicious.
Oh, jeez, how do I draw this?
What? What? Is that a lollipop?
Ooh,
Right. What is it? A fanfic. There we go. I like the arrow.
Okay. I gotta spell her whole name because I don't know how to spell her last name.
You just put like katana
What's with
style.
what's with the blue? She's stabbing him.
No, I just didn't want to draw a lightsaber hilt. His size 13 boot.
There we go.
It just kept looking more and more like Han Solo to me, and so I was like,
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, well, that will have to do it for this episode of Dyad in the Force.
That should have never have given.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Curse.
Our
The
Lord
curse that she
Savior.
laid upon his lips.
That was yes, that was Watto. I tried my best.
Hey,
I couldn't think of his name.
Again,
There are a lot
will
of
never,
questionable drawings. To
bro,
draw.
I'll never live that down. That's gonna haunt me forever, and I'm okay with it. 'Cause it deserves it.
Vader.
Why did Vader fight Shakti? God.
Okay, I mean, in the deleted scene for Revenge of the Sith, he
Yeah,
did
true.
stab her from behind, but
That's one of the 89 ways Shakti's been killed.
It's man. I don't know where your brain was at on that one.
What do you mean? I got one of them? What?
who's that Twi'lek? Why is there a Twi'lek fighting Vader? What's going on
Out
here?
of all the people that have fought Vader that have Leku Montrals.
Yep. I straight said the only other one.
Jorah O'Malley, is that you?
Yeah.
When did Ahsoka fight? Actually, it would
When
have been
did
even
Buckets
worse
of
if it was
Blood?
the opposite. It's like, when did Ahsoka fight Markion Ro?
Yeah.
this is Rebels Erasure.
Man. Fun as always. That will do it for this episode of Dyad in the Force 117. Thank you to Jackson and Marianne for calling in on short notice, too. And filling in for our last segment of Pictionary. Jackson, congratulations on winning. That will be out to you whenever Cataclysm comes out officially. And next week we will be giving these same two books out as well to get everybody hyped up and started on the first two adult books of Phase 2 of the High Republic. So if anyone is still watching or still just kind of lurking about and interested in getting those first two books so you can get started on Phase 2, tune in next week. But yeah, Jackson and Marianne, we'll start with Jackson. Where can people find you and your content?
Most of it's going to be on my YouTube, Ducks and Download, where I have a podcast every Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time, and I put out comic book breakdowns, all kinds of toy reviews, and anything else I can just randomly splurge into a camera.
Awesome. How do you spell download?
DOWNLOAD.
Gotcha. And your next episode is Vader versus Ahsoka, right?
No, Vader versus Shakti. It was a very well-known scene. We're gonna go deep dive into what if and
that's gonna screw
who would
you in
win,
the next
Shakti
Real
or Brian.
Fans Would Know. We're gonna do a Real Fans Would Know Vader versus Ahsoka edition. All statements from that fight. And Marianne.
So you can finally find me mostly on TikTok, as long as they don't frickin' ban it, at Mari_Maui, where I talk about Star Wars music and if I finished a book and my reactions to TV shows. So yeah. And again, thank you for thinking of me. That made me so very happy.
Well, as always, what was I going to say? What was my train of thought there? As always,
You're gonna say what did we learn? That's what your train of thought was.
Oh, also, yeah. this is what I was going to bring up. Marianne has finished her statements for dueling dyads.
Oh no, not yet. I got 6.
Oh.
I'm working on it. I'm coming for you too.
All right.
Well, you got both of us here right now. Do you have any questions as to content?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You both have played Jedi Fallen Order, right?
Yes.
And I'm assuming you've read a lot of books. I've been debating whether or not I want to ask questions about books because I feel like that can be really hard, especially if you guys are like, like to figure out.
You can ask us if you read
I know you both have read Catalyst.
To be honest, I don't. I mean, it doesn't truly matter because it's not about whether or not we know the answer offhand, right?
Well, yeah, sure.
That's
it's if you can figure out what's false, like what part is false.
Yeah, you can sprinkle in some stuff in there that we might not even know.
Okay,
I feel like finding out if we don't know it.
Also, hello, Robert in the chat. Someone who is new. We are just kind of wrapping up here, but thank you for popping in. We talk about Star Wars and what's popping off and this week in Star Wars each and every Saturday. So feel free to follow, join, give us a like. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah. We also do some fun games too. We just got wrapped up with Pictionary and Real Fans Would Know, which is our Star Wars edition of Actually. So give us a subscribe or a subscription. It's free. And you can catch us next week. We'll be giving away books again, and we'll have more giveaways to come in the coming weeks from this treasure trove of Mando gear.
Yeah.
So that includes electronic helmets, some sabers, some Black Series stuff. But stay tuned every week to find out what we'll be giving away from this stuff. But we appreciate you coming on. Choco, were you in the middle of something? Oh, no, Marianne, you had some, maybe wanted to clarify.
I feel like you guys have read more Star Wars books than I have. I know you read Catalyst because the first time I started watching you guys were reading through Catalyst. But I'm working on it. I'll probably just stick with movies and throw in. I know I'm going to throw in some Jedi Fallen Order, but definitely the movies and the TV shows is what I'm working on.
Okay.
I'm so excited. It's going to be great.
We have seen all of the movies and TV shows.
Yes.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Dyad in the Force. That's it. On to the next one.
For Light and for Life.
We are all the Republic.
And when did Vader fight Ahsoka's mom?
We'll see you in the next one.